Hello random stranger, I hope you've been going alright in your own little corner of the world. Today we've got two back-to-back episodes of K-On! To Chill To, episodes 3 and 4. Before getting to that, thank you guys so much for coming through last episode and basically giving me an intro one-on-one on the Japanese voice acting industry in the comments. I found it so interesting and so useful to contextualize K-On! And its cultural import in the broader anime market. So I was already surprised to learn that the VAs for Yui and Neo actually sing the opening and ending songs for K-On! But I also learned from Iseno Alpha and Rugashingo that there is like a box set of 12 hours of music for this show sung by the VAs. Plus it is also not uncommon for VAs to also perform live concerts in character, plus, you know, go on to voice the same characters in games and so on, which to me, as someone who's just discovered anime, is like, wow, like this is just on a whole completely different level in comparison to, say, Western animated shows. And on that, David Garcia made a really good point in that the Western view of animation is still very much, it's a medium for kids, and it is dominated by very few large corporations like Disney and Warner Brothers. And so that has to have some kind of limiting effect on the variety or the diversity of the kinds of show that we get. And there's just not that same extreme demand for or competition amongst insanely talented VAs that, say, applies in the Japanese VA world. But having learned all of that, I was still not prepared at all for the video that Evil Wolf shared that shows the K-On! VAs actually learning the instruments that their characters play in the show from scratch, by the way. And I had like a smile from here to here throughout the whole entire video because, one, they are so cute in person, and the excitement that they had when they picked up their instruments for the first time was just pure gold. But also just I was pure like impressed, just so impressed, because it takes sheer dedication and commitment to learn a new instrument. And then, as if my surprise levels weren't completely already ricocheting off the scales, I was told that Mio's VA specifically made an effort to play a left-handed bass guitar while she herself is right-handed. At that point, my jaw just dropped to the floor. I honestly, I still can't quite believe it. I'll have to look up a video of them actually performing a song or something, because it's just unfathomable to me that a VA would do that for a show. Also, thank you to Marco Borgi for that cool bit of trivia that the girls' instruments are based on actual real ones. So Yui has like a Gibson Les Paul classic guitar, and then Mio's is a Fender jazz bass, and same for Ritsu's drums and Migi's keyboard. Which is just so freaking cool. Tosa Mita also wrote in the comments that at the time that K-On! Was released, those instruments actually sold really well as well. In particular, Mio's left-handed bass, which I believe almost sold out. So, and like their songs also topped the charts as well. I just love how the real world bled into the anime, and then because K-On! Was such a huge hit, it in turn impacted the real world. So just kind of cycle of life stuff, which is really cool. Okay, on the actual show, I really appreciate the extra detail around how each of the girls' instruments reflect their personalities. So it's a very musician type stereotype, but not completely untrue. So like Mio on the bass reflects that she hates being the center of attention and has social anxiety and prefers to be, I guess, like the support in the background. Ritsu, the stereotypical drummer, is really energetic and boisterous and sort of has a more aggressive approach to life. And then there is Mugi, who plays, you know, the classical instrument, the piano. And of course she's classy, super gifted, and probably having started it at such a young age is at a professional level, I'd say. She clearly joined the club because she finds the others fascinating in the same way that you or I would find I don't know, like a sloth in a zoo fascinating. By the way, Mugi is kind of stealing the show for me a bit. I'd be interested if you guys have a particular character that you instantly liked, and without spoilers, if that evolved over time. One last character observation that I thought was really cool is this hidden, surprising side of Yui that is sort of really brutal. Like, when Ritsu is telling her about what made her want to learn drums, and it's really because it's a cool instrument, and then Yui unthinkingly just says, "That's all," like in a really funny kind of but dismissive way, but also in a way that you know that she doesn't really mean it in a mean kind of way. It's the same when she hears about how accomplished Mugi is on the keyboard, and she immediately says, "Then why are you in the light music club?" Like reiterating episode 1 when she blurted out how the club is, let's be honest, a little bit of a beginner's hobbies club that's not really serious. So K-On! Surprisingly is full of really quick-witted dialogue, which I think goes some way to explaining why I'm kind of really enjoying it, despite this being a so-called cute girl doing cute girl things anime. As you might be able to tell from the length of this rant, I'm pretty optimistic about the rest of this show, and with that, I think it is time to get started on episode 3. Okay, if you guys are good to go, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, play. There. This is so weird. Yui is so weird. I think I will never get over the fact that the hardness of this song, juxtaposed with the cuteness of the show. I think I'll just never ever get over that. Afternoon tea time. Okay, yeah, I think I am getting used to the fact that they just kind of sit around and have tea and talk as opposed to play music, I think. Wow, jumping straight to chords. Can Yui read music? No. Yeah, I was gonna say. It's gonna be a long, long journey. She's broken. Oh, that is really bad. Also, Mugi's eyebrows. What's the story with those? Have the brain for academic studies? Oh, wow. Never judge a book by its cover. A Renaissance girl. What, like Dumb and Dumber? But it's actually just one of them is dumb. Oh man, those flip phones, eh? That's really old school. Apologies. There's always waiting around the corner with cakes in her pocket to bribe people, Mugi. That's so crazy. And again, like each of those messages just really showcases each of their personalities. Details, man, the details. It's so crazy. Oh man. She's too good. And it's so funny because what Asians always do all the time when they, like, see that basket of goodies is so good, right? But yeah, Asians will be like, present you with this amazing feast, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, it was just, you know, some things left lying around, and it's actually very bad, but I hope you don't mind. So Asian. Very helpful, Ritsu. That's what they imagined you'll be doing. Whoa, Mia's face was super scary. Another fancy cake. I love how they're just literally just watching her study. Again, those are some really good friends. Looking in the background. This is just insane. I love Mickey so much. It's turned to sludge. Oh my goodness. No, it's all gone. I can't handle more than one thing in her brain. That's what I said last episode. Alright, we're gonna skip straight to episode 4. If you're ready to go, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, play.